Almost everyone has strong opinions, and most of them are negative about Meghan Markle. Everyone from members of the royal family to members of the British public and even certain famous people have been very critical. And it's not totally unexpected when you give it some thought. Somehow the entrance of Meghan Markle into the British royal family has offended millions of people all around the globe and broken all the traditional notions of British morality. Her actions always seem to spark debate and lead to waves of cyberbullying. However, the question remains, why is everyone so hostile? For what reason is Meghan Markle so despised? Watch this video and we'll explain everything in detail. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex and fifth in line to the British throne, married American-British actress Meghan Markle, who is now known as the Duchess of Sussex. Their marriage garnered international attention. Rachel, the firstborn in the entertainment industry, was Meghan Markle's home from childhood. She was born on August 4, 1981, at West Park Hospital in Canoga Park, Los Angeles, California. The mother, Doria Ragland, was an African-American lady who worked her way up from an internship at a television studio to a career as a yoga instructor and social worker. However, Thomas Markle, her father, was a director of photography and lighting for television. Divorced 4 years after Meghan was 2 years old, her parents parted when she was just 2 years old. Meghan went to Hollywood Little Red Schoolhouse when she was a kid, living in the Windsor Hills and View Park areas of Los Angeles. Meghan has always been outspoken, even when she was a little girl. She penned a letter to Procter & Gamble at the tender age of 11, which caused the company to revise a dishwashing soap commercial to use more inclusive language. Christian upbringing, she continued her education in Los Angeles' Immaculate Heart High School, a Catholic all-girls school where she was an active member of the drama club and where her dad helped out with the lighting for school productions. Meghan was so moved by her parents' successful professions in theater and television that she determined to do the same. She attended Northwestern University after high school and graduated in 2003 with a degree in international studies and a theater concentration, following her heart. It was challenging for Meghan Markle to break into the acting industry. She was talented and determined, but casting directors frequently saw her as racially ambiguous, making it difficult for her to get parts. "I wasn't white enough for the white parts and I wasn't black enough for the black ones," to use Meghan's words. She pursued her passion while working as a freelance calligrapher and a part-time bookbinder to make ends meet. General Hospital, the show on which Meghan's dad was a lighting designer, gave her her first taste of Hollywood in a bit part as a nurse. Century City, The War at Home, and CSI New York were among the shows where she obtained small guest parts after that. Interesting fact, she lied to casting directors about her membership in SAG-AFTRA in order to land her job on Century City. The Taft-Hartley Act mandated that the program assist her in becoming a union member at the time of her casting. One of Meghan's contract assignments was appearing as a briefcase girl on 34 episodes of Deal or No Deal in the US. In the second season premiere of Fringe, she played the character of junior agent Amy Jessup in 2 episodes. After some time, Meghan was able to snag bit parts in films like Trevor Engleson's Remember Maine and Get Him to the Greek. Horrible Bosses and The Candidate were among her other film appearances. In Remember Me, she made $187,000, and in The Candidate, she made $171,429 for her part. In July 2011, she finally broke through when she became a cast member of the USA Network series Suits, playing the role of Rachel Zane, a paralegal who transforms into an attorney. Meghan portrayed Rachel for 7 seasons, and the character proved to be her most crucial. She remained in the role until late 2017. For the duration of her tenure on Suits, Meghan resided in Toronto for around 9 months annually. It was rumored that she was receiving $50,000 every episode, for a total of almost $450,000 per year from her involvement on the show. Meghan Markle was wed to Trevor Engleson, an American actor and producer, before she became a part of the British royal family. Trevor proposed after 6 years of dating, which started in 2004. They tied the knot in 2011 at the posh Jamaica Inn Resort in Ocho Rios, Jamaica, with a stunning beachside ceremony. At the age of 30, Meghan was surrounded by 107 of her closest relatives and friends for the picture-perfect occasion. Nevertheless, they had a difficult first year as a married couple. Meghan's breakout performance on the USA Network drama catapulted her acting career to new heights. Trevor, however, remained in the city to further his career as a producer in Hollywood. They started to feel the effects of their busy schedules and the difficulty of keeping up a long-distance relationship. Their decision to divorce, based on irreconcilable differences, came less than 2 years after the wedding. August 2013 was the final month of their divorce. The actress's second marriage to the Duke of Sussex took place 3 years after her first to Trevor. The tale of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle began in the middle of London in the summer of 2016. They were introduced by a mutual acquaintance who, based on her intuition, thought they would be a good fit. Meghan revealed in a later interview that she first saw Harry on Instagram rather than through more conventional means of inquiry. She was captivated by the stunning images he posted on his page, particularly those from his travels in Africa. Finally, after exchanging phone numbers, they went on a date in London. Despite being somewhat tardy, the sparks still flew between them. It was that first date that set the stage for a love story that would soon become a global sensation. The tabloids picked up on the couple's passion shortly after they started dating, prompting Kensington Palace to formally acknowledge their romance a few months later. Prince Harry didn't merely mention their friendship when he spoke to the media. The racist attacks Meghan endured and the subsequent harassment and abuse were strongly denounced. Harry voiced his disapproval of Meghan being scrutinized so closely at the beginning of their relationship. There was no mistaking his message. He made it plain that this was serious business. Their lives were being affected by a genuine problem. Sadly, this was just the start of the difficulties they would face from the British people and Harry's own relatives. One interpretation of the friction between Meghan Markle and the British royal family is that it represents a clash of modernity and tradition. As a biracial American actress, Meghan offered a fresh viewpoint to the royal family that clashed with the traditional practices and restrained demeanor of the British king. The royal family's usual image of discretion and conservatism stood in sharp contrast to her work in entertainment and her more open, outspoken personality, which caused an instant feeling of discontent. A major contributor to the escalation of these tensions was the media. Much of the media coverage of Meghan and Prince Harry was racial in nature, and it was unrelenting and frequently cruel. Their relationship with the royal family became even more difficult as a result of the tremendous pressure and strain caused by the public's relentless criticism. Not only was the continual negative attention stressful, but it also gave the impression that the royal family wasn't taking enough measures to protect themselves. The problem was made even worse by interpersonal interactions inside the family. Legend has it that tensions have always existed between Meghan and prominent members of the royal family, most notably Prince William and King Charles III. As Meghan and Harry opened out about their experiences, shedding light on racism within the royal institution and their feelings of unsupport, these tensions grew increasingly apparent. But the duo simply became closer as the frowns and raised eyebrows at their connection persisted. After making their public debut together at a charity polo match, Meghan and Prince Harry's romance immediately captivated the world. As she would do throughout their relationship, Meghan was always there to cheer Harry on as he enjoyed one of his favorite activities. Their relationship in the spotlight was defined by this early demonstration of their connection. The fact that Meghan went to the wedding of Kate Middleton's sister Pippa with Harry only served to strengthen their bond. Even though Meghan was conspicuously absent from the wedding, perhaps as a result of royal custom that forbids drawing attention to oneself at important events, Harry's commitment to her was palpable. After the wedding, he drove Meghan the 100 miles to the Berkshire town of Englefield for the after-party festivities. It was supposedly announced that Meghan wasn't present during the event. Meghan continued to be dedicated to her acting career, especially her position on Suits, even though she spent more and more time in the UK. The official change of her residency status to London occurred at the end of November 2017, hinting about the depth of her feelings for Harry. The happy couple started a new chapter in their story when they announced their engagement only 1 week after she moved. The ring that Harry proposed with had great symbolic meaning. It was set with diamonds from one of Princess Diana's brooches, linking Meghan to both his mother, Princess Diana, and the royal family. St. George's Chapel in Windsor Castle was the site of an absolutely breathtaking wedding on May 19, 2018. The ceremony was deeply rooted in tradition, yet it beautifully showcased their individuality and the narrative of their love. With a hint of royal history, Meghan wore a Givenchy gown created by Claire Waite-Keller, which had a sophisticated boat neck and a beautiful train. Her bridal look was complemented by Queen Mary's diamond bandeau tiara. About 29 million people watched the live broadcast and 600 people were in attendance, so it was clearly a captivating event for millions. Officially visiting Australia on October 15, 2018, Meghan and Prince Harry announced their first pregnancy. The news of the couple's first pregnancy was announced with much fanfare and official style by Kensington Palace in the spring of 2019. The revelation was a pleasant surprise for both the media and the fans, heightening the excitement surrounding their tour in the South Pacific and Australia. June 6, 2019 was the delivery date of their son Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor. Meghan and Harry opted for a low-key, intimate birth for Archie, avoiding the prying eyes of the media. Shortly after, the pair made the official announcement via an Instagram post and a formal statement from Buckingham Palace, sharing the happy news with their followers. At 5:26 in the morning, a baby boy named Archie was born, weighing 7 lb3 Oz. On May 8, 2019, 2 days later, in a delightful and intimate setting, Meghan and Harry welcomed the world to their newborn boy. At St. George's Hall in Windsor Castle, they posed for shots with Archie, looking ecstatic as they enjoyed this precious moment. Compared to royal custom, this introduction was unconventional, capturing the spirit of the couple's wish to showcase their own achievements in an accessible, contemporary way. By deciding against bestowing a royal title on their son, Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor, they aimed to instill in him a feeling of normalcy while also incorporating modern aspects into his name. The birth of Archie was a watershed moment for Harry and Meghan, representing a shift in their parenting responsibilities and how they navigate royal life while staying true to their own principles. Even after their son was born, the animosity towards Meghan intensified, particularly after the couple chose to withdraw from their responsibilities as senior royals. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's daring choice to resign from their positions as senior members of the royal family will alter their lives irrevocably and rock the British monarchy to its very core. Their plans were revealed to the public on January 8, 2020, using Instagram. Deciding to carve out a progressive new role inside the royal institution would allow them to pull back from the spotlight as senior royals and work towards financial independence after months of profound reflection and endless conversations. They laid up an innovative and unorthodox plan for the future in their announcement. The couple's goal was to maintain a healthy equilibrium between their lives in the UK and the US. They hoped that by living in two worlds they could give their son Archie a solid foundation in the royal lineage into which he was born, while also freeing up their family to pursue other philanthropic projects. Their unwavering dedication to the Queen, the Commonwealth, and their patronages was highlighted, demonstrating that they were not completely evading their duties but rather giving them a new spin. But what Harry and Meghan perceived as a considerate and essential move towards a healthy lifestyle was immediately and fiercely reacted against. An already hostile British media took advantage of the revelation, with several outlets implying that Meghan was the driving force behind the choice. This criticism had been leveled against Meghan since the start of her relationship with Harry. The media said she was separating Harry from his family, refusing to do her royal duties, and threatening the monarchy's foundation. Some blamed her for all the problems that seemed to be plaguing the royal family. Public opinion was all over the map. Many understand and share their wish to shield their young family from the relentless scrutiny of the media and encourage them in their pursuit of a life of balance. Nevertheless, there were those who viewed their choice as a desertion of royal duty and a betrayal of the monarchy. Meghan was frequently the target of these critics. As a result of sensationalist reporting and editorials, the public began to believe that she had pushed Harry to leave the royal family. After the initial shock subsided, it became apparent that Harry and Meghan's decision had the opposite effect of their intended, making the scrutiny they had planned to escape all the more intense. Particularly brutal was the criticism that Meghan endured. After widespread accusations that she was responsible for the royal family's most dramatic split in recent history, their departure ushered in a fresh chapter in their life, brimming with possibilities and obstacles, yet also enduring the persistent scrutiny and critical evaluation from the masses and the media. Since relocating to California, Harry and Meghan have started a new chapter in Montecito, a charming enclave famous for its peaceful atmosphere and celebrity homes. After years of being under constant royal observation, the couple finally got the opportunity to live a life that gave them some privacy and normalcy. Away from the scrutiny of the British press, Montecito provided a tranquil setting where they could bring up their expanding brood. During interviews, Meghan discussed how the couple was rediscovering the basic pleasures of life, such as tending to hens in their backyard and relishing in the leisurely pace of their new residence. Their newfound normalcy was in sharp contrast to their life as royal celebrities, and they clearly treasured it. Living in California wasn't, however, limited to peaceful household pursuits. Additionally, Meghan and Harry were preparing for what was to come in their careers. The pair inked a massive multi-year contract with Netflix in September 2020. Documentaries, docu-series, feature films, narrative programs, and children's programming were all on the agenda for their newly established production firm. The pair shared their dream of making family-friendly material that would encourage and uplift viewers. They felt a deep affinity for causes that would touch the lives of families all across the globe after becoming parents themselves. That wasn't the end of their aspirations. Archwell Audio, named after their son Archie, was born out of their foray into podcasting and a multi-year partnership with Spotify. Harry and Meghan hoped to facilitate genuine dialogue and friendships through this medium. There was no better time to elevate tales that may bring people together, given the challenges and isolation many experienced in 2020. After its 2022 debut, Meghan's podcast Archetypes dove headfirst into the ways in which gender stereotypes impact women's daily lives. Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor was born to them on June 4, 2021, adding another happy dimension to their lives. A heartfelt homage to her late grandma, Princess Diana, and great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, whose family nickname was Lilibet, was Lilibet's name. The family that took her in was intent on providing a loving home for her, free from the stresses that had forced her parents to leave the UK, and she was warmly welcomed as Lily. A combination of professional aspirations and personal fulfillment characterized Harry and Meghan's new life in California. They achieved their lifelong goals of giving their children a stable, loving home life while simultaneously pursuing their passions and making a difference in causes they believed in. This equilibrium allowed them to break free of the constraints they had experienced as working royals and carve out a fresh course of action according to their own preferences. Meghan continues to be the target of vitriol, even though she and her family have made great strides toward establishing a quiet existence and fulfilling professions in California. Some people are always quick to criticize her, whether it's for the projects she undertakes, the interviews she gives, or the way she decides to bring up her children. Her sincere efforts to establish a life of meaning and seclusion with Harry were nonetheless met with powerful reactions. For some, Meghan will never be seen in a positive light. They will scrutinize and assess her actions in a manner that no one could ever comprehend or endure.